Hey, Motorman here. I'm at Newport Richie Harley Davidson, and I'm about to take a 2024 CVO for a ride. Come on, let's go. And here it is, folks. This is a beautiful color that actually changes color as you move around it, and depending on the way the sun hits it. It sort of looks like a maroon, and then it changes to a brownish color. A lot of flake in that paint. This, of course, is the 25th anniversary of the CVO. Got your 121 motor, variable valve timing, blacked out motor. Just a beautiful paint job, outstanding. All right, I like the dash, and there's several different configurations. If I could figure out how it works. Well, like, what do these do? What are they for?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you have your main on-off switch, which is also your start switch up on the top. Your hazards. This is going to be all your audio controls. Your volume up, down, playlist left and right, play and pause. Mic, so if you have a synced system where you're actually able to do voice commands or answer a phone call. You have on this side, you're going to have your menu buttons, so this is going to actually put you into the menu, and then you've got your left right arrows. This is basically your enter. This is how you enter the menu. Back on your menu is still your turn signal, your horn. You've got all your cruise control options here, traction control, as well as your odometer settings. So you'll go through a few different setups. On the back side will be your high beam or your pass light.
Now, if you want to change the dash, I understand you can do that as well.
Yes, so you can go into your menu. You're going to go over to your settings. It'll bring up display. You have a layout. So you've got the cruise function, which will give you your tach and your speedometer, as you see right now. Sport mode will give you your center setup, so you'll have your tach on the inside, a digital speedometer. Or you can go over to your touring mode, which is really great for long distance because 90% of the screen, give or take, will be your navigation, where you'll have a small display with your gear indicator, odometer, digital speedometer, and your fuel gauge.
Checking on maneuverability here, as usual. Very, very maneuverable. The most maneuverable motorcycles, heavyweight cruiser type motorcycles, are Harley Davidsons, and that's because of the short wheelbase, 64 inches, 26-degree rake. Well, all right, I can tell you this. This is a fast motorcycle. There is a big difference between the 117 and the 121 with variable valve timing. Right now I'm in road mode. There's a switch over here, gives you the different modes. Now that's sport, and yes, definitely better throttle response in sport mode. I promise not to scrape the floorboards on this bike. It's a brand new $44,000 motorcycle. Brakes have excellent feel. Throttle might be a little too touchy in sport mode. I'm going to put it back in road mode. I guess that's something you get used to. That's rain mode. And rain mode, yes, definitely picks up much slower. I don't believe it takes robs any horsepower in rain mode. It just makes the throttle response considerably less. Back in road mode, amazingly fast for an 850-pound motorcycle. They claim these are, I think, about 20 pounds lighter than an equivalent 23 models. Yeah, you're probably not going to feel that little bit of difference. As far as weight goes, but the main power difference that you're definitely going to feel is the power and torque of that 121 motor. As far as the seat, it's a firm seat, no question about it, but it is, at least in this short ride, it feels extremely comfortable. The lip in the back of the seat holds you in place, and you're going to need that because, like I said, this is a fast motorcycle. I would imagine fast compared to just about any other cruiser touring type motorcycle. These low profile tires turns in really nice, very sharp. Of course, this has got the upside down forks now. That helps in that situation as well. As far as handling, that's what they're there for. Yeah, from 50 miles an hour in 6th gear, accelerates without lugging. Very nice. The color on the dash here, I can see it as I'm riding. I don't know if you can catch that on camera, but it changes colors depending on how the sun hits it. Inside the showroom, the bike looks like a deep dark maroon. But every time the sun hits it in a different way, it changes colors. Now, would I trade, say, my ST or any of my Harleys for this one? Well, put it this way, I'd love to, but, and it's not even the cost of the motorcycle, it's the cost of the divorce that I would have to get if I bought one more motorcycle. I can see it now. Honey, I'm going to buy a new 2024 CVO. I might wait a while. I'm looking forward to riding the standard street glide or road glide. Possibly do that tomorrow. The ride on this bike seems like it's a little softer than, say, my ST, my 2022 ST. I believe they made a change to the shocks on this bike as well. Now, I know the CVO ST has the upgraded shocks in the back. And by the way, these are 13-inch shocks. I know that. Some of the previous models had 12s in the back, which only gave you 2 inches of travel. And that extra inch that this gives you, same as on the my 22 ST, it gives you quite a bit more lean angle. You wouldn't think 1 inch would make that much of a difference, but especially when you're 2 up and loaded down with gear and a passenger, for sure it makes a tremendous difference. This is by far the best heavyweight motorcycle I've ever ridden. It's got all the tech you could possibly want. Power galore, doesn't matter what gear you're in or what the RPM is, and it's got a beautiful paint job. Cheap ain't good, and good ain't cheap. It's expensive, and I think well worth it.